Welcome home, everyone. Welcome home. We are talking about affordable housing while living here in America, and we know the rent has gone too doggone high through the roof. So I created a community trying to help and prevent homelessness one person at a time. As I always say, it starts right here with us. So I ask you guys, as I give you this information, that you pass it on to your homeless communities, your families, and friends that need affordable housing, all right? That's all I ask you to do is like the video. Hopefully by liking the video, it will spread to other people and just pass it along, okay? Let people know that this community is here. So every Sunday and Monday, we talk about affordable housing. Today, I was running a little late, but I am here. A viewer has asked me to find out what was in affordable housing, what was in a Section 8 for the state of Michigan. So today we're going to talk about the state of Michigan. We're going to talk about project-based housing. We're going to talk about public housing. We're going to talk about those housing choice vouchers that we all would like to have, right? So the only other thing is I ask you to do your due diligence. Make sure before placing yourselves on any open waiting lists is that you check out the surroundings and you check out the units to make sure it fits your family. Although we can live in anything, probably temporary, right? To keep ourselves off the street. All right, so we know public housing these days in some cities is not our grandparents' public housing, but do your due diligence, guys. So let's get started. I'm out here, I got the mosquitoes out here, and I don't want to get ate up, but I'm not going to waste your time either. So first place is public housing. It is at River Park Place. It's all about Michigan today, guys. I have a project-based voucher open waiting list at the Dr. Maya Angelou Village. It is in Detroit, Michigan. I don't want to have talk over you today, bird. All right, you guys know I don't talk that loud. I need to get a microphone. Project-based voucher in Monroe, Michigan at Charing Square Apartments. And there's a project-based voucher at Monroe, Michigan at um, AAHC project-based voucher for 4 and 5 bedrooms, guys. So that is for families, 4 and 5. So please let your families know. There are a lot of people out here wanting to get on a list. Also, there is public housing. It just says general occupancy. So you want to check your housing authority websites because that could be across all of Michigan. Also, there are 3 and 4 bedrooms at scattered sites. Public housing, it just says Michigan. All right, so check your housing authorities. Make sure that it is your county. All right, public housing at Jackson Housing Commission. Public housing at Roseville Housing Commission. And project-based voucher at Maplewood Manor. And it is in Taylor, Michigan, guys. Taylor, Michigan. All right. Project-based voucher at Miller Court Senior Housing. Please let your seniors know. Your seniors want to be independent. They want to live on their own for as long as they can, usually. So please let your seniors know. Please let your homeless know. Please let your disabled people know. Please let your veterans know, okay? They all need housing. All right. Hi there, Terry. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you coming. I'm going to keep moving, though, because it's getting late. It's going to get dark on me. So public housing at Rogue Valley Towers and Rockford, Michigan. All right. There is also public housing at Saginaw Housing Commission. There is project-based voucher in Westland, Michigan. It is at Assisted Living. All right. Also, there's a project-based voucher in Genesee County, Michigan. That is the Grand on University. There is a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher. We like that. So it's unlocked here at Marquette County, Michigan. So go to the website, the Housing Authority for Marquette County. We like those Housing Choice Vouchers. Why? Because they are portable. Once you have them a year, you can transfer to another county or another state. All right? So there's public housing at East Point area, Michigan. It's for Aaron and Chester Berry Mainers. It's for 1 bedroom. And there's a project-based voucher at Highland Park and Detroit, Michigan for Highland Manor Apartments, Petersboro Arms, 8900 Gradiot, and 9100 on Gradiot and Genesis Villa, guys. All right, another project-based voucher is in Detroit, Michigan. It is at City View Senior Towers, Village of University Meadows, Village of Woodbridge Manor, Woodbridge Senior Apartments, and Rivertown Assisted Living, okay? Project-based voucher in East Point, Detroit, and Pontiac, Michigan. I'll tell you the apartments. It is Oakwood Senior Manor, so please let your seniors know. Jefferson Meadows, Pablo Davis, Wellington Senior Apartments, Park View Place Apartments, Colonial Meadows, and Senior Community near Elderly, guys. Hi, Frank. Hello. All right, so moving on, another project-based voucher in Detroit, Michigan at Milwaukee Jackson Apartments. Another project-based voucher in Detroit at Village Park, Vernon Murphy, and Greenfield Court, Assistant Housing OD Rehab Voucher Program. So whatever that means for you out there in Michigan, okay? There is a project-based voucher in Genesee County, Michigan at Edison Crossing. Also in Westland, Michigan at Westgate Towers. And in Shelby, Michigan at Shelby Trails. There's a project-based voucher. Also in Clawson, Michigan, there's Clawson Manor Apartments. In Plymouth, Michigan, there's a project-based voucher at Tonquish Creek Manor. Public housing at Luna Pier Housing Commission. And a project-based voucher at Ann Arbor, Michigan at Terrace and Courthouse Square. Project-based voucher at Ann Arbor, Michigan at Hickory Valley 2 Supportive Housing. Project-based voucher in Lincoln Park, Michigan at River's Edge. Project-based voucher at Capital City Apartments. They have efficiencies and 1 bedrooms. They have a rental assistance demonstration. It is at Lansing, Michigan, East Lansing, Holt, Diamonddale, Porterville, Charlotte, Manson, Grand Ledge, part of DeWitt, and Williamston, Michigan. All right, so all those openings there. So no one should be without housing. There's plenty of opportunities here. So project-based voucher at Family Housing in Michigan. Also housing for 55 and over, so all through the counties in Michigan. So check your housing choice vouchers, your housing authorities. And also housing for disabled adults and housing for disabled adults and seniors 62 plus. So they have a lot of vouchers open. And assisted living for disabled adults, seniors 55. This is all through Michigan because it's not stating where. But there is a Section 8 housing voucher in Boyne City, Michigan. That is Boyne. There's public housing also in Boyne City. You can check the Housing Commission there. There is a project-based voucher home ownership program in Michigan. So you want to check your housing authority because it doesn't state a specific county or city. Section 8 housing choice voucher, guys, right in Reed City Housing Commission. That's big. That's big. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher at Grayland Housing Commission. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher at Manistee, Michigan. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher at St. Louis Housing Commission. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher right at Baldwin Housing Commission. Another Section 8 Housing Voucher at Mount Pleasant Housing Commission. And another Section 8 Housing Voucher at Iron County Housing Commission. Public housing at Hamtramck Housing Commission. Public housing at Alpena Housing Commission. Public housing at Bay City Housing Commission. Public housing at Wayne Housing Commission. Public housing at Mount Clemens Housing Commission. Public housing at Port Huron Housing Commission. And public housing at St. Clair Shores Housing Commission. Public housing at Gladwin City Housing Commission. Public housing at Alpenock Housing Commission. And public housing at Bay County Housing Department. Public housing at New Haven Housing Commission. Public housing at Bessemer Housing Commission. And public housing at Iron Mountain Housing Commission. I think that mosquito just got me. Public housing at Albion Housing Commission. And public housing at Bronson Housing Commission. Public housing at Baraga, B-A-R-A-G-A Housing Commission. And public housing at Reed City Housing Commission. Public housing at Belding Housing Commission. And public housing at Muskegon Heights Housing Commission. They have family housing all throughout Michigan for public housing. So check your housing authorities. So they do have family housing. They also have public housing at Sault Ste. Marie Housing Commission. And public housing at Benton Township Housing Commission. Public housing at Grayland Housing Commission. Public housing at Big Rapids Housing Commission. Public housing at Manistee Housing Commission. And public housing at Baldwin Housing Commission. Public housing at Calumet Housing Commission. Public housing at Cadillac Housing Commission. Public housing at St. Louis Housing Commission. Public housing at Mount Pleasant Housing Commission. And public housing at Muskegon Housing Commission. Public housing at Traverse City Housing Commission. Public housing at Menominee Housing Commission. Public housing at Kingsford Housing Commission. Public housing at Houghton Housing Commission. Public housing at Evart Housing Commission. Public housing at Ishpeming Housing Commission. Public housing at Ionia Housing Commission. Public housing at East Jordan Housing Commission. Public housing at Iron County Housing Commission. Public housing at Alma Housing Commission. Public housing at Saranac Housing Commission. Public housing at Dawaglack Housing Commission. Public housing at Pottersville Housing Commission. Oh, I'm about to get ate up. Public housing at Bangor Housing Commission. Public housing at Mount Calm Housing Commission. Public housing at Covert Public Housing Commission. Public housing at Bath Charter Township Housing Commission. Public housing at Allen Park Housing Commission. Public housing at Rogers City Housing Commission. Public housing at East Tawas Housing Commission. Public housing at Dundee Housing Commission. Public housing at Bedford Township Housing Commission. Public housing at Caseville Housing Commission. Public housing at St. Joseph Housing Commission. Public housing at Coldwater Housing Commission. Public housing at Ontonagon Housing Commission. That's Ontonagon. Public housing at Hancock Housing Commission. Public housing at Nejuani Housing Commission. That is Negaunee. Public housing at Gladstone Housing Commission. Public housing at Escanaba Housing Commission. Public housing at Hillsdale Housing Commission. Public housing at Elk Rapids Housing Commission. Public housing at Ingham County Housing Commission. And public housing at Middleville Housing Commission. That is a lot of housing, guys, that I've seen in one place that has an open waiting list, okay? Get you guys' names on the list. If you need other support here on YouTube, there's Section 8 Consulting, there's Mama Cutie Finance, and then there's the Affordable Housing Waiting Room. They all talk about Section 8 here. I believe Mama Cutie Finance, she actually shows the pictures of the housing units and apartments. Section 8 Consulting is more on a legal side to give you support or to help you fill out your applications. And the Affordable Housing Waiting Room, she's actually based in New York and helps the people over there. Then you come back to me on Sunday and Monday and I'll tell you where the housing is. Please like the video, subscribe, come back Sundays and Mondays, set your notifications. Please share this to your homeless communities, your family, and your friends, okay, who need it the most, that are looking for affordable housing, because we know rent has just gone sky high. All right. So if you also need a little bit of more of help or support or legal help on the backside, you can also contact me. You can email me at creativelivingbyamisha@gmail. So if you need some legal support out there, then I can help guide you. All right. So I love you, and I'll see you next time on another video real soon. Be well.